dancing all alone. We were talking soft and low. It's about to take you home. I woke up, I found you gone. Raketus! Happy ka ba?
I'm trying to make a YouTube video.
I'm trying to.
Thank you
I'm
for your
bored.
cooperation.
Sound. We're dancing all alone. We were talking soft and low. About to take you home. I woke up, found you gone. I saw you in my dream.
Hey folks, security dude just dropped off the electric bill, but it's got a notice with it. I don't pay attention to the politics or to what's up, what's down. I mean, I'm a renter, right? Landlord says, hey, here's the electric bill. I pay the electric bill, right? I know if I use more aircon, it goes up. Less aircon, it goes down. That's basically the big factor. At least in my life, watch a little bit of TV, what have you, but it all boils down to how much do you run that damn aircon. So this is from from Angeles Electric Corporation, and it says advisory. The top part's in English, the bottom part's in Tagalog. Due to the prevailing high coal prices in the world market, a spike in the electric bills of the customers of Angeles Electric Corporation is expected in the January 2022 and succeeding billing months until the worldwide demand and supply situation stabilizes. The continued increase in coal prices has increased the generation costs of AEC's baseload supplier, GN Power, which operates coal-fired power plants that supply at least 65% of Angeles Electric Corporation's power supply. This, coupled with high prices of electricity in the WESM, the wholesale electricity spot market, will increase substantially the cost per kilowatt for the month of January 2022, and is expected to affect electricity costs in the next few months of the year. I mean, that's kind of the background. Here's the dagger. The generation charge went up by 75.9% compared to the same period last year, from 4.7529 pesos per kilowatt in January 2021 to 8.3585 per kilowatt in January 2022. Generation charge is a major component of a power bill and is billed to AEC's customers as a pass-through charge, which means that the actual cost of generation charged by our customers is paid to the generation suppliers. Let us all use electricity more efficiently and manage our consumption as we deal with this current global situation together. What does that mean? It means the light bill's going up. Now 75.9% over January last year for the generation charge. Baby, we can't be running the aircon no more. Price of coal's up.
Shit.
We
We have electric fans.
You can't run that electric fan either. That's gonna run up the light bill. I mean, baby, this is down to detrimental pieces of equipment. We gotta have the ref in the kitchen for all the groceries. I gotta have my beer ref plugged in out here. And I'll turn the TV off right now. We can definitely cut down on some TV. You know, the babies watch their ABCs in the morning. After that, we can cut down on TV usage. No movies at night. What else can I cut down on? No hot water usage in the CR, in the latrine. Nothing but cold water showers, baby. Okay? The price of coal is causing our electric bills to spike. So there you go, folks. Angeles Electric Corporation advisory, fresh off the press. Like I said, all I know, it means the light bill in the Angeles city's going up. Yeah. I mean, what? Anyway, don't shoot the messenger. I thought 2022 was going to be a great year. I still think it's going to be.
Give mommy that. Wait.
But it just means right now I got to do some more sweating instead of running that air con at night. Baby, no snuggling. You're too hot.
I'm not snuggle to you.
Filipinos are like heaters. This woman right here generates so much heat. You got it. That's why I have to run the air con way down low. Because, you know, she's been eating a lot of my good cooking over the past couple years. Done got a little chubby on us. And she radiates heat like a Labrador Retriever. I mean, if I take her to America and go, you know, camping in the Rocky Mountains during a snowstorm, it's like I'm in a heated tent. All I gotta do is snuggle up next to her. I'll stay warm. I mean, I'm serious. Take a skinny girl, throw my good cooking to her. She's gonna get chubby. She's gonna get a little thick, and they get warm at night to snuggle up against. When I first met her, she was chilly at night, nothing but skin and bones. Now, milk and rice does a body good, baby. Unfortunately, I'm in the tropics where your elevated body temperature ain't gonna help me during a spike in electricity prices due to the coal market. My gosh, the stress I'm under here. I told you we can't run the electric fan. It runs electricity.
It's okay for me. I'm not the one who pays.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, she said it's okay for me. I'm not the one who pays. Yeah, well, if we don't pay, they cut the electric off, and then there's no electricity.
Wala ka dyan. I can do without electricity.
See, folks, in the Philippines, there's no nuclear power, right? And I can make a whole video about this. But just look up the Philippine nuclear reactor that like got built, what was it, 70s, 80s, whenever it was. Luckily, they never fuel that thing. It's been sitting over there for decades. Down in Bataan, you know, not too far from Olongapo. Let's go south down into the Bataan Peninsula down there somewhere. I've never been there, but a year or so ago, a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, they commissioned a study to see if they could go ahead and make that thing operational after it's been sitting in the tropic heat for decades. Hey! And so far, cooler heads have said no. You know, you need to build a new one. But if they put fuel rods in that plant and make it operational, I ain't never coming back to the Philippines. I'm out of here. That's a great idea. Let's build a nuclear power plant. Let it sit for years and years and years through the monsoon rains and everything else. And then, hey, here's a great idea. Now let's try to make it operational. When it's like past its shelf life and needs to be torn down. Welcome to the Philippines. So I'm sitting out here. I just figured I'd talk about some factors. It's obvious factors, but you know, I guess you don't think about, you know, if you're punching out of your home country, you're gonna live as an expat and travel around, spend a couple months in each place, what have you. But some of the factors here that make it a difference for me in the Philippines significantly on your electric bill. Number one, if your place is under a bunch of trees. Now that should be obvious, but maybe it's something you don't think about. You know, if you have a place and there's no trees around and that hot Philippine sun is beating down on that roof, especially if it's a tin roof with no insulation, it's hot. And if you're one of those that can't sit outside and sweat and, you know, cool off with the water hose like I do, drink beer all day, you're going to be tempted to run that air conditioning all day long. And you know, if you sit inside, you have to. But if you take a look at our spot right here, I'll just try to spin the camera around here. I don't know exactly what angle, but We got a big, huge tree right there out front, and that thing blocks out a lot of the sun beating down on this area right here, and it makes it cool for us to sit out here. Now we run the fan just to make it a little bit cooler, but also because it blows the flies away when you're trying to eat. We have a few mosquitoes here at this place, just because of the trees and the vegetation, and across the way sort of a big open field and a creek over there. But when we lived at the last place, there were no mosquitoes. So it's just hit and miss, you know, what type of environment, if you're around some water sources and vegetation. So if you got a bunch of mosquitoes and flies, well, throw the fan on during the day, you know, keeps them off of you. That costs electricity. Anyhow, back to the trees. So we got these trees, and we're sitting here in the shade. For the most part, we're cool. You know, even during the day, we can sit out here, not have to run the fan, not have to run the air con. There's a tree over at the neighbor's place, and so the more trees you have around your place, the more it's blocking that hot tropic sun beating down on a lot of times just a tin roof. Now if you're in an ultra modern condo building, okay, well it's different, right? But even if you're in a condo building, you know, which side does your condo face? Are you on the top floor or lower floor? Is there a building next to you blocking the sun that's going to keep that thing cool? Probably a lot of things you wouldn't think about or be concerned with back in the West or your home country. But here in the Philippines, even before I just read this notice, historically, since I've been coming here, you know, electricity here is expensive compared to a lot of places. In Thailand, my electric bill is always dirt cheap. Over here, you got to watch what you're doing, or you're going to have a $200 electric bill. And again, there's no nuclear power here. It's all coal-fired. I don't want to say all coal-fired, but obviously it's non-nuclear, and so it jacks up the price. So there you go. If you get a place that's surrounded by trees, like our $28 beach condo, we're underneath these mango trees. The whole place was shaded. We didn't need an air con. Just didn't need it because it was so cool underneath all those trees. And we've stayed in places where we had no trees, and you're sitting there running that damn air con 24/7 and it can't keep up. Speaking of air con units, a lot of places over here, you know, you're gonna, you know, a smaller, older, cheaper place, they're gonna have the typical window units, right? Those things use a lot more electricity than what we call the mini splits. You know, you have the I don't want to speak too technical here, but you've got the evaporator inside, the condenser outside. It's a split system, right? It's not this window unit that you just stick in there. They're a hell of a lot more efficient. They're going to keep the place a hell of a lot cooler. So if you have a newer place with those and they have inverters in them, it's going to use a lot less electricity. Here, I have window units. This is a nice modern place. I would say, I mean, everything here at our new spot is very modern, except for we still have window units to the tune of 4 units. We got one in each, you know what, the living room, 2 bedrooms, the little bunk bedroom, sort of like a maid's quarter slash, you know, throw a couple rugrats in there. Now we don't run 4 air cons. Hell, I don't even think Donald Trump could afford that shit. We run 1 air con for a couple hours a day at night, just while we're watching TV, winding down, you know, a little bit through the night to get everybody to sleep. But anyhow, that's a factor. So if you go looking at a place, does it have a window unit? Does it have the new, what we call mini split? It's gonna impact your electric bill, and here it's a big factor. Now it's even a bigger factor with that 79 point something increase, 8 point whatever for per kilowatt hour. Things you got to think about. Okay, the bigger the place you rent, potentially the bigger your light bill. You know, if you're gonna try to cool that whole thing, or you got a bigger bedroom, the air con is gonna run longer. we prefer to stay in smaller places. Smaller places usually equal smaller electric bills. So you might want to factor that in too. If you don't need the extra room, you don't need a huge bedroom, whatever, that you got to keep aircon. That's a factor too. All common sense. But again, things you wouldn't think about or even care about until you come here and realize that electricity costs you an arm and a leg, and it keeps going up. You come over here on a budget, things to think about. You know, you got less than $1,000 per month to budget. You find you a little crib underneath some mango trees where you ain't got to run an aircon, and you'll be all right. That thing's out in the middle of a rice field somewhere. It's an oven. Okay? Let you in on a little secret in the tropics. Most of the time, it's hot. All right? So there you go, folks. Just a couple quick thoughts on electricity and the fact that my electric bill is going up, apparently. And I talked to my buddy Cowboy. He said, coincidentally, some chick was complaining to him yesterday that her light bill doubled. And so I hit him up, say, hey man, you hear about this recent notice? He's like, no. I sent it to him. He said, yeah, looks like electric is going up. So there you go. Anybody want to come to Angeles City? Come on over to the Philippines. Live the dream. Just realize it's going to be more money out of your pocket on your electric bill. Cancel the Christmas lights. Hell, I may have to shut down my dedicated beer cooler and just keep less stock, put it in the one ref, and just use one ref. I may just unplug that, take that thing out of action, do what I got to do. You know, do what I got to do. Just buy less food that has to go in the ref, so I got more room for my beer. You know? Oh, I know I'm horrible. I'm horrible. Don't keep any food around the house, but I always get my beer and my wine. And them babies are starving. Folks, take a look at Fatima's derriere. Ain't nobody starving here, I promise you that. Alright, folks. If you're living here, leave your frustrations, comments. Did your light bill go up? Do you speculate that it's going up? If you're in other parts of the Philippines, let us know what they're saying down there. All I can report is what to do, just put in my hands this morning. Honey, how do you think the increase in electric prices are going to affect your daily lifestyle?
No effect for me.
Well, we got a big problem. Okay, hold on, come over here so you can get in the camera here, baby. There's a big problem that you cause on the light bill, and it's called a rice cooker. It's an electric rice cooker. She fires that thing up every day. It's like what some comedian said. He said, you know, a house in the Philippines can be totally dark, but if you want to find the kitchen, just follow that little red glow of that little square light on the rice cooker, because it's always on. Well, that's pretty much true. So your rice cooker is causing my electric bill to spike, baby. Every day you're running that electric rice cooker. We got 2 full tanks of gas. The gas is a lot cheaper. I think we're going to have to discontinue the use of the electric rice cooker, and you're going to have to come out here and cook with the gas. Can you contribute to our energy savings and just go ahead and put that electric rice cooker away?
No. Because if I cook in there, I'm just burned.
Well, that's because you don't know how to cook. Don't worry, I'll make your rice for you. Okay? I'll make the rice for you, okay? But the electric rice cooker,
No.
I've told this story many times, but you know, we bought her family an electric rice cooker because down in the village they cook with wood, believe it or not. They go out into the jungle and just gather up fallen wood. They cook with wood. We bought them an electric rice cooker. I was excited about it. You know, I'm trying to, you know, do little things like that, little small things to make their life easier, what have you. But you realize that our way of thinking from the West is not their way of thinking. And also, you think you're solving a problem, but in a way you're creating another problem. Bought them the rice cooker. They used it for the first month until they got the electric bill. and then her mother about had a heart attack. Electric bill like tripled or whatever it was. Now their electric bill usually is like, hell, I don't know, less than $10, right? I mean, it's $8, whatever. But when they implemented and deployed that rice cooker we bought them, it doubled or tripled. Her mother about had a heart attack, and they put the rice cooker back in the box, put it in a corner somewhere, and there's no more electric rice cooker. Went back to cooking rice with the wood. Now, if I volunteer to pay the light bill, I'm sure they'd pull it back out and they would cook with the electric rice cooker. But I'm not paying the light bill, and so they won't use the electric rice cooker. I did buy them a gas burner, like we've got over there, like the little small camping gas burner. But what's the problem with that? I didn't buy them a gas cylinder to go with it, so it's still sitting there not being used. Yeah, I could send the money down there, but I'm pretty sure if I send the money, it will get diverted to other causes, and then they still won't be able to use the gas burner. So I got to get on Lazada there, figure out how I can send them a big, huge gas tank down there, because, folks, that little, what is it, $16 tank that we have here, that tank lasts for months. You know, it depends on how much you use it. Obviously, that's a given, but it lasts a long time, and it's cheap to cook with gas, expensive to cook with electricity. So once I can figure out how to send them one of them huge tanks where they can't divert the money to Tandawai or other projects, I'm going to buy them a big tank where they can cook with gas and stop all this going in the jungle and having to cook with wood. Honey, I'm willing to sacrifice my beer cooler, my dedicated beer ref, and you're going to sacrifice your electric rice cooker so we can save the planet by using less coal. And we can save my wallet because the price of that coal has spiked. Folks, Filipinas don't give a shit about the planet, the environment, none of that shit. She just wants to cook that rice. And she says she always burns the rice when she cooks out here on the gas, which she does. But I've been telling her since I've known her, the reason you burn the rice is simple. You don't put enough water. But Fatima said only to put this much water, and they will burn it 10 times and complain that the rice burned before they'll add some more water, because then they say it'll be too moist. I'm not afraid to add a little bit of extra water to the rice so it don't burn. Anyhow, folks, that's our dilemma. Light bill going up. Don't know what else to say. It's everything else about the Philippines. Like I say, either love it or you get the fuck out. There's no in between. There's no other choices. It's either left or right. Either love it, embrace it, get the hell out. Which one you want to do? You can't sit in the middle of the road. Alright? Which way you want to go, player? Baby, can you tell all the viewers what you're eating? Just show them on the camera right there. Show them what you're eating. Hold it up there so you can get. What is that?
Rice and vegetables.
Okay, did you get that from the ate and the kuya up there this morning that cooked for you guys?
Yeah.
It smells delicious. It smells delicious. How's it taste?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, I'm going to have to take y'all up there. And like I said, they don't even have a shop. They have like a little tin shed roof. And they got a gas burner up there. But every morning they have a spread of breakfast. And that's where you go every morning, right? Yeah, they go up there every morning. The babies love it. They're cooking fresh food right there. And those vegetables actually look pretty good. They've got okra. It's got okra. Well, I'm from Mississippi, I say okra. Got okra in there, and they're tearing it up. I'll take y'all up there and show you. They're a sweet couple, don't you think?
Yeah, they're beside.
Oh, they're Bisaya too? Yeah, they're a sweet Bisaya couple. They're up there every day but Sunday. You go up there Sunday. I don't know who makes the decision not to work on Sunday, but the dude ain't cooking on Sunday. He said that's a day of rest.
Only in the morning.
Yeah, only in the morning. They only cook breakfast, but see, that helps us out because we get up in the morning, get the babies going, get them bath, get them dressed, and then they like to go for that walk. So So they look forward to that walk. They look forward to the food. Now, one issue, of course, G's addicted to buying chips every morning, so if she don't buy him chips, he throws a fit in the street. So he gets a little bit gangster on that. And then number two, every now and then he wants to get in the trike and ride, even though they're not going for a ride. So he'll jump in the trike, and then she got to get him out of there, and he'll throw a fit because he wants to go touring.
He's crying.
Yeah.
Especially the chips. If I'm not, you get my hand.
Yeah.
Like this. If I'm not get that, yo.
Yeah, if she don't buy him a bag of chips, he gets a little upset about that. Alright folks, thanks for joining me on this video. I don't know if I'll add anything to it. Maybe I'll add some what we're going to cook for dinner, but I don't know what we're going to cook for supper tonight. Maybe some chicken wings, as usual. The other night I didn't film it, but I cooked some spaghetti that actually had ground beef in it.
Not last night.
A few nights ago, baby. It was absolutely delicious. Everybody chowed down on it. They chowed down on it for breakfast, lunch. I mean, it was damn good. It was pretty damn good, you know. Wasn't none of that wish spaghetti that I usually make, you know. Wish you had some meat in there, but you ain't got none.
Ay, basta.
Hey man, that bear's not a napkin, boy.
No, don't throw the bear in there. Here we go, Mr. Wait. The okra is so hard. Oh, okra.
You're still eating it though. That ain't slowed you down one bit.
I get the juice, but I'm not eat the okra. It's so hard. What I told you, you cannot go there. You just playing there. Mama's going now. Why?
I don't think he's too concerned.
Bye-bye. Chorus, I have chips. In. What's next? Five. 6. Find a 6 here.
Let me show you how easy it is to clean this stuff up. I don't even pop the pan out anymore. These things pretty much stay intact. Just scoop them up like that. That one kind of fell apart, but for the most part, they don't fall apart. I just use a coconut chopper. Whoop. I mean, they're pretty much done. But they stay together, so you can just kind of scoop them out of there without having to dump the whole pan out. If you don't got a coconut chopper for your barbecue operation, you don't know what you're missing. I mean, this thing's a champion. Look at that. Some damn peanuts. Run this man.
I saw you in my dreams. What you put in there?
Well, this is called charcoal. This is what makes
Marquitos,
the grill hot.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this.
Oh, we got the ice. They bring me a Mountain Dew and the bottle of Bacardi, please. God, you see the stress I'm under. Gracias por su hospitalidad.
Anak, you want to watch it? What's so big?
There's no more watching TV, baby.
Murder.
Baby, I told you that the light bill just went up 79%.
Jesús mío. I'm not smart.
No, I'm gonna start now, baby. I'm just getting set up. Slowly told me long ago.
Go. Oh, yung rin. Because
Papa luto masarap, diba?
No.
You sure?
Mama. Mama. Win.
go away, come again another day. Let the forest she went to play. Rain, go away. Rain, go away.
Yeah.
Balik. Sino makitos na? That's burn na.
I ain't never burned nothing in my life, baby.
It's already burned.
You trying to kill my grill? Baby, the wings ain't done, baby. The wings ain't done.
Ding dong.
Folks, I want y'all to check that out, what we're working with tonight. Beef chicken and one lonely carrot. Gonna be delicious. I got bread in there. I'm gonna make me a steak sandwich.